Hi everybody, it's Fisher Shade and it's great to be here again. I have had an amazing week. I had a vigil at my church and then I had a dinner party with some young believers during the course of the week. So it's been a very God-filled week full of godly activities and stuff, and I'm just really very happy. It's been a wonderful week for me and I hope you've all had a great week as well. So with no further ado, let's get to the topic for today. So this week I wrote a blog post on loving yourself and the feedback has been amazing so far, so I just decided why not share this with you all as well. And for your information, for those of you that don't know, I have a blog. It's rachelshade.com, and on my blog I write a lot about relationships and some other topics of interest, but it's really mainly about relationship. So this week I wrote a blog post about loving yourself and the responses has been amazing, so I just decided why not just share the same topic on the vlog. And I feel like it's something really basic. Like sometimes we need to get back to like the basics of dating, the basics of relationship, like relationship 101 or marriage 101, something like that. And this is just like the really basic stuff that we sometimes don't pay attention to. Sometimes we don't focus on this, and that's why we see a lot of people go into relationships and then it just ends up not working out, or there are a lot of issues and a lot of baggages people have to deal with, and the relationship end up not working. So I feel like this is really basic, because it's wonderful to seek romantic love, to want to be with somebody, to want to spend time with somebody and just give all your heart to that person. I mean, ideally it's a really fantastic idea, and practically it is a fantastic idea as well, but the issue is you cannot give what you don't have. Yeah, that is just the truth. We tend to like seek romantic love without first of all loving ourselves, and loving ourselves is just like the basic thing, because you cannot give what you don't have. Self-love is the most important kind of love. The first relationship you're supposed to have is a relationship with yourself. Before you seek to have a relationship with anybody else, the first relationship, the most important relationship you need to have is a relationship with yourself. And this is something sometimes we don't even like pay attention to. We just gloss over this. We don't really look into this. And then we see a lot of people with different kind of issues going into relationships, and then the partner has to deal with like all this baggage and it ends up not working out. So it is very important for us to get this straight. So what ends up happening when you go into a relationship with somebody that don't love themselves is that you end up making up for that love that that person is lacking. You overcompensate. You have to overcompensate for that love. So they will drain you out emotionally. It's either that, or a person is lacking love for themselves and they try to fill it out with like material stuff, and they try to buy all the stuff to make them feel good about themselves. Financially it is taxing, emotionally it is taxing, in every other aspect you can think of. It's not just ideal. So it's very important for us to get this basic: love yourself. Love yourself. Now some people may say, what is she talking about? Of course I love myself, but the kind of lifestyle somebody is living tells you something about that person. Like I watch a lot of these arts they do about smoking nowadays, and yet you still see a lot of people smoking with all like this dreadful arts they are putting out there, like how people have like lung cancer and all these diseases and everything, and despite that you will still see people smoking. That is really telling me something about you. You don't love yourself. That is just the truth. And you might think you love yourself, but you don't. And some people have a lot of emotional baggages they're dealing with. There are stuff in their past they have not forgiven themselves for, that they are still holding on to. And what happens is that go into a relationship with somebody and that person has to deal with all your issues, all your baggages, all your mess, and that is not fair on that person, and that is not going to be a very successful, fulfilling relationship, because there are some things in your life personally that you still need to deal with. So this idea of self-love is very, very important. And as I said, there are some things in your life that shows that you love yourself, like what you spend your time doing, how you invest in yourself, be it financial wise or be it educational wise. Like, read some books. Like I keep stressing this, it is important for you to learn, cultivate yourself, improve yourself, learn some new skills about life. If you want to go into a relationship with somebody, learn about marriage, read some books, listen to some CDs, learn. There are a lot of information out there that you can improve yourself with, improve your skills. You can do it. Yes, you can absolutely do it. Improve yourself, raise your educational level, invest quality, put quality time in yourself, get some information, get some knowledge. Knowledge is power. Be the best that you can be before you decide you want to go into a romantic relationship with somebody. Be a whole individual, spiritually, financially, emotionally, intellectually, mentally. It is important for you to be a whole individual, and if two people come together like that, it's going to be a fantastic relationship. So I just want to stress it, love yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. If you don't have self-love, you cannot give love to nobody. That is just the truth. I mean, the idea of love is beautiful, but it is a practical thing. Like I said in my previous blog, love is a responsibility. And the thing is, a lot of us are not even responsible for ourselves, and we want to be responsible for somebody else. You can't even take care of yourself, and you want to take care of somebody else. How is that possible? Like, you need to pay your bills. You need to try not to get into debt, stop spending those credit cards, buy what you can afford. It is just really, really important to be responsible, to lead a responsible life. Like, get involved in things that are good for you, that are healthy for you, that would improve you, that would raise you up, that would elevate you. So it is really, really important. So love yourself before you decide you want to love somebody. It is just really, really that easy. Deal with all the emotional stuff, all the stuff in your past. Let it go. Forgive yourself. Let it go. Forgive yourself. You deserve love. You deserve to be loved. So thank you very much for joining me today, and that is my message for today. And since I've had a very, very godly week, my quotes for today, I just decided, why not go with the Bible about love? This is very famous. It's a very famous scripture in the Bible about love, and it says about love: it always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, always perseveres. Love always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, it always perseveres. And that is just my message for today. Thank you for joining me. And for my question this week, somebody asked me a question, and I'm just gonna answer. So the question was, as a woman, should you take permission from your boyfriend, fiance, or husband before you do something with your hair? Like, for example, before you cut your hair, or mainly before you cut your hair, should you take permission from your spouse? I'm gonna answer this question like personally. I'm gonna personalize this. I love short hair, but now I have my hair growing and I just stuff in my hair and all of that, and I really love it. It's beautiful, but my preference is short hair. Now, if I'm dating someone and he met me as a woman with a long hair, I think it is just the right thing to do to let him know if I want to go short. Same thing, if I met someone and he met me as a woman with a short hair, I think it's the right thing to do to just let him know that, hey, I want to go long. Because men are attracted to some certain things, and it might just be what he's into, is that your short hair or your long hair. So I think courtesy demands that you let him know, you let him in on it. And in terms of permission, if you're married, I think you do need permission if you're married, because your body does not belong to you alone. You share that body together. That is just the truth of it. If you're not married, I think it's a different case. You could talk it over, and for the sake of love, you could decide to make your decision based on his choice or whatever. But if you're a married person, I think, yeah, you do need permission before you decide I want to cut my hair, because that might just be what your spouse is into. I think courtesy demands that. So that is just my opinion on the question. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again next week as I discuss another fabulous topic based on relationship. Have a great week, everybody. Bye bye.